Hello everyone, it's Gillian here from Rustic Journals. Finally finished the sewing journal, so I'm just going to do a quick flip through to let you all see the finished result. So first of all we have the cover, which was just made with an envelope covered with fabric, and that was then decorated with some, what do you call this stuff again, some trim and some buttons here stitched on. And then I made a journal topper with corrugated cardboard, and I just kind of collaged that with this pretty lady wearing a lovely dress. The dress colour, you maybe can't see it very well on the film, but it does actually tie in with the, here we go, yeah, some of these wee flowers that are on the fabric. And also this is a brad that I used to attach the closure, which is just basically sari ribbon and then some beads tied on at the bottom like that. Yeah, and as well as this we've got motifs, some lace, a little pretty rose here and up here, and just a vintage word on some backing, and then a brooch here. And I tried for the first time to make one of these tassels. So we've got one of them made with just ribbons, laces, and there is some charms dotted about throughout if I can find them. I'm filming this holding the phone with one hand and using the other hand, so yeah, there we go, just a few sewing charms dotted throughout it. Right, so we'll head into the journal. So the inside pocket's made with, you know, the fabric that you do embroidery onto. And then I used these tiny small brads to make this. It looks like a label, but it's actually just the fabric I used to make the cover with. And then a paper label glued on here. And then we've got this just tucked into the pocket. And then first page here we've got some, what do you call this stuff? Burlap or something like that. I can't remember the name of it. You'll probably know what it is. And I stitched on these two cute little buttons. The stuff came with this lace trim on it already. I didn't put that on. And then I made this journal card to pop inside. And also, this is more just for decoration, to be honest. There's not really much journaling space on the back of there. And then the next page, yeah. So we've got a side tuck here. And I've just popped in, this was actually just extra from the digitals that I used to make this journal. So I just popped it in there. And some ledger paper with a sewing mannequin thingy here. So I've just popped that in for some journal space. And then of course you could journal on here as well. And this was one of the digitals in the kit that I used. Really pretty. And here I've made a pocket out of lace, and then I added on some trim at the bottom here. And we've just got two journal cards backed with coffee dyed paper card kind of stuff. And over here a small belly band which I made with some sewing fussy cuts, and again another journal card backed onto coffee paper and decorated with a tape measure and some trim up and down the edge there. And again another pocket here which I did some collaging on there. We have an old sewing machine fussy cut there. And inside here we've just got a vintage pattern, a money boot guessing it must be like a little purse type thing. So yeah, we pop that in there. Over here, we've got avocado dyed paper here. And a pretty journal card backed onto some music paper, which is also avocado dyed. And we've got some lace trim down the edge here with a safety pin type charm. And this is just a fussy cut on there for decoration. Cute little journal card there. Coffee dyed paper and a pretty little pocket. And here I've got two little tucks, if you like. Cute little tape measures. I thought they were cute, added on the corner. And just some journal spots there. And there is actually a, what do you call these things again? I'm forgetting all my words now that the camera's on. Eyelet thing, yeah. So the person could add something on there if they wanted to. I didn't want to bulk it up with this being so, you know, fragile. But the person who gets the journal can move things about as they see fit. And then we're at the middle of the first signature. This is just really for decoration. Plenty journal space there. And I love this side tuck here. It's made out of like a lace with 3 buttons stitched on there. And then this is just some vintage sewing pattern paper that I've popped in there. I'll just put it back in. Avocado dyed paper at this side with an envelope. I won't pull it off, but it's just basically an envelope with some ephemera tucked into it. All the stamps are falling out of this side. But basically this is just a flip over journal card made with a sewing spool, cardstock and a ribbon. I suppose it's a mini belly band if you like. And then these were extra stamps that I had left over from the kit, and I just kind of tucked them into there. So whoever gets a journal could maybe decorate it further if they wanted to. I love this page so much. I made, the plan was to make a pocket here and a pocket here, but I stupidly glued this down before I realised what I was doing. So there is no pocket here, it's just slightly there. But this here is a pocket with a pretty journal card that pops in there, and then a label up here, and I've kind of decorated it with that trim that I'd used earlier, and also this trim here. Over at this side we've got a small tuck spot and a small journal card embellished there. Again, decorated with lace down the edge there. There's some pretty digital paper. And over here, coffee dyed paper with a saying up at the top. It's not focusing very well, but it says, "My sewing place is my happy place." And then at the back of that, I've just popped some trim down there. And that's the end of the first signature. And then I've just popped this big journal card that I made in here. Now, here we have the first page of the second signature. And we've got a journal card tucked into a pocket made out of a fabric doily. And I've just kind of stamped on a sewing machine here. I love this page as well. This is one of my favourite pages. This is just made out of fabric. I made a wee bunting thing and embellished it with some, it was like a trim with butterflies, and I just snipped them off. And then we have a pocket with a journal card there. And then I've made a small tuck here on the pocket with a mini sewing kit. I think I did this page on camera, if I remember rightly. And then here we've got another pocket with 2 more journal cards there, and a ruffle down the side there. And here we've got a belly band and some more writing paper. This is quite a big bit of writing paper, which was part of the digital kit. Sorry about my camera work here. Yeah, so there's quite a bit of journaling space there, and you could go onto the back as well. It's just plain on the back. And then this page, I'm pretty sure I did this on camera, the pocket with the 2 love hearts. And then another journal card in there. Ah yes, I did. And then this was a big pocket, and I popped in there another vintage sewing thing for a, looks like a pincushion jar type thing. So that goes into that pocket there. I'll pop it back in later. And then we've got a side tuck here with 2 of those stamps. And then here we've just got a plain bit of paper, coffee dyed paper, with a tab, excuse me, a fabric tab, and a cute little sewing machine charm on one of these bulb pins. And then another digital paper. Now we've got the middle of the second signature. I just love these papers, they're so pretty. And again, digital. And this is coffee dyed paper, and this here is actually a fabric flower I cut out of a, can't remember if it was a scarf, one of these silky type scarves, I think it was. I just thought that looked pretty on there. And then we have the other side of this, and I just put in a vintage sewing paper, pattern paper in there. And then here we've got a little charm on here. I'm sure I did this one on camera. And then this here is just coffee dyed paper, decorated or embellished with fussy cuts. Some paper trim along there. And a journal card tucked into a sewing spool, sorry. And I've popped some embroidery thread round it. And then the next page we've got a fabric, just a little cluster there, and some lace with a hidden writing spot there. Plain coffee dyed paper with some lace trim down the edge there. And then we've got this page, which has got the buttons. I think I did this on camera, that you can lift up and cut off if you want. And we've got a wee journal card inside there. There we go. And I've just left that plain. And then this is just being collaged with the mannequin doll, some fabric doilies, this leaf, and then I went round the edges with this trim. Yeah, and then this page here, sorry, I'm going to have to put the camera down low. And then this is just a pull out that I thought matched the colour of this trim here and whatnot. And then I made a journal card out of the other bit of the pattern. So that just tucks into there and it all matched quite nicely. I'll leave that paper clip there so I know where it goes. And then over here, stay down please. I'll swap hands, that's what I'll do. We've got 2 tucks that I've just embellished with buttons, and 2 small journal cards added into those tucks. This is just basically collaged and stamped onto the paper. None of that's like tucks or anything. And then this paper, I got this effect with the the Tim Holtz, what do you call it, distress ink. Yeah, I just popped some onto the table and sprayed water. I'd seen somebody doing it and it came out with quite a good effect, I thought. And then I've just stamped it there, glued down some ledger paper and glued down this trim. And I've made this tab. It was actually fussy cut spools. And I just glued two together to make that cute tab. Doily pocket stitched onto the paper there. And this is just basically a scrappy notebook. Plenty of journaling space in there. Two more tabs popped into a wee pocket there as well. So that just goes in there. I mean, you can take it out and put something else in there. And then this is the pocket, paper pocket and tabs that I did on the last video. More coffee dyed paper with lace trim down the edges. And this was the belly band I did out of stamps, and I've just popped a bookmark in there. And then this side, in fact I did this one on the last video as well. This page, I think. And then we're nearly at the end. That's the other side of the bag pockets. Quite a big pocket I made here out of, I think it was a free digital I got on Pinterest, I think. And I've just popped some more vintage sewing pattern paper in the pocket there. And then I've made a belly band, horizontal belly band out of sewing pattern, backed onto card, and then made a wee journal card to pop inside. And I think we're almost at the end. Yeah, this one is just collaged onto the sheet, the page, sorry. And then just some trim on there. And this is the last page here. Pocket made out of wallpaper with some lace and paper buttons. And then I've got some journal cards tucked into here. And just decorated with stamps and trim and whatnot there. And then we're on to the final page, which I've just left all this blank and put on a saying, "Beautiful things come together one stitch at a time." And then the back page is just plain. And then I've got another one of these button type brads to put the other side of the closure on with. And that is the end of that. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Oh, I should add that that's now listed on my Etsy shop as well. I'll put the link for my Etsy shop in the description of this video. Thank you. Bye-bye.